And we are back. Thanks for clicking on the link. Welcome to Good Energy. Enjoy the content, and everyone have a blessed day. Welcome back, guys, and listen, we're going to talk about the WTA Finals. We will discuss Jessica Pegula, but first, as the title suggests, we are going to get into this Simona Halep controversy. And listen, guys, I wasn't going to talk about this. I'd prefer the channel not become a gossip news channel. I'd much rather just stick to covering the matches and predicting the matches. But a lot of fans and subscribers are finding my old Simona Halep videos and they're commenting on them. So I figure I'll entertain it for a little bit, but we're going to move on from this. First of all, am I a Simona Halep fan? Yes, I am. You guys hear me all the time call her Little Simona. Yes, Little Simona. Because she's short. She's tiny, guys. And it takes a lot of heart, will, determination to be that small and compete in what's becoming a league, a tour of giants. So the big news, Simona Halep has been suspended indefinitely, and she's facing a possible 4-year suspension, which could possibly end her career for testing positive for the banned substance roxadusat. Yes, that's correct. And the $1 million question is, what is roxadusat? What does it do? Well, this substance is found in a lot of cyclers' dirty samples, and it helps deliver oxygen to the blood and helps increase red blood cell count. This is a great advantage for athletes. You know, when you're competing, you need oxygen, and that helps with recovery. It helps with live results. And in a sport like tennis, where a lot of people consider tennis athletes some of the best athletes in the world, you need oxygen. Yes. It's unfortunate because the result is what it is. I mean, Simona Halep failed a drug test, and we have a lot of her supporters that are saying they stand by her. There must be some type of mistake. We have a lot of her haters that are saying, look, the test is what it is. Me personally, I'll be honest with you, I'm a fan of Simona Halep. She's coming off of what is her worst season since 2007. I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, in terms of wins and losses, this is her worst season since 2007. One could argue that, but in my opinion, it's her worst season in literally 14 years. There's a lot of pressure on her to perform. There's a lot of sponsors, there's a lot of big contracts. The game is getting faster, bigger, stronger. Did she cheat? Look, I'm the type of person where I'm not going to try to overanalyze situations. A lot of times things are what they are. And a lot of times when we are in denial or doubting a particular result, we like to seek answers that can confuse us. What do we know? We know that Simona Halep tested positive for a banned substance. So I think the real question is, how does a substance like this get into someone's system? And that's what we need to look at. Simona Halep released a statement. She said she felt betrayed. If I were to look into that statement, it possibly means that someone close to her that she trusted maybe did her wrong. Now, a lot of athletes, they rely on trainers and others around them to give them supplements and different types of, it could be a protein shake, could be water, nutrients while they're training or recovering. Do they see what goes into some of those drinks or, shakes all the time? Possibly not. If I were a professional athlete, I would have only people around me that I trust and only people around me that I can guarantee wouldn't jeopardize my career. However, things happen. I would personally say being health conscientious, having a business that revolves around that, I probably would not rely on other people to give me things without me being able to confirm what's in them. So, I mean, I think that's a risk I would not be willing to take. Is this a possible case scenario that could have happened here? It's possible. And what I would say to people is it's always best to wait until all the facts come out before you make a judgment, because I think people in life should be given the fair opportunity to let everything come out before you make a decision. And it's tough in situations like this because she failed a drug test and they have to release that information. Is there a possibility that there's a mistake with this? It's tough to say because you have a blood test and you have a result. So it's in her body. So did she fail the drug test? Yes, she did. I think the bigger question is, how did it get there? Okay, and that's something that she's going to have to look for answers around her camp. What do we know? Well, first off, we know that last year she looked horrible. She did not look like a top 20, 30, or maybe even a top 40 player. She looked bad last year, but she was also injured. We know that her former coach said she was nearly tested 20 times a year and she would never jeopardize her career by doing something illegal. Her ex-husband, LaRouque, stated, "I'm shocked. I haven't recovered for an hour. I'm shocked and shocked again. I cannot believe that. I've known Simona for 3 years, of which at least 2 in the circuit, and I swear to you that this girl, my ex-wife, is obsessed with one thing: honor." The people close to her they're vouching for her integrity and her honesty. And listen, guys, as an athlete, I can tell you that athletes do look to get an edge. You know, just like they want to be the best, they're addicted to winning. They're addicted to the sponsors, the fame. That lifestyle is addicting. And will athletes cheat? I mean, look at the number 1 player in the world, Iga Swiatek. She's on tape, camera, in front of thousands and millions of fans watching, doing unethical things nearly every match. She's jumping at the net, waving her hands in her racket to distract her opponent. She's tying her shoes in the middle of a serve, walking to her bench, switching rackets, grabbing towels at the worst possible scenario, interrupting serves. That's what she's doing in front of the public eye and the camera. Imagine what she's doing when no one's watching. So, look, is Simona Halep a cheater? I don't know. But I do know that there's something that's illegal that's in her system that she tested positive for. And she's going to have to explain how that got there. Because it's there for a reason. And if you ask me, someone that watches a lot of tennis, she looked horrible last year. There's no way I thought she could come back and have such an amazing year after how she played last year. I'll be honest with you, I thought her career was done. And she came back this year 39-11, winning Canada. That was a tough competition, and she literally breezed through that tournament. She had a spot in the WTA Finals. She had to shut it down. There's been, and I'll be honest with you, the win over Schneider, that was a weird match to me. It seemed as though Simona was just worried and troubled. I mean, look, normally they do these tests after the match, but it just the events that followed in New York, it just seemed like everything was falling down. And she's had a lot going off with the divorce of her ex-husband. the match, the early first round exit. We're talking about an 11 a.m. match that I covered. She's out. That was the big headline to start the US Open. And the surgery on her nose, withdrawing from, shutting it down for the rest of the tournament, it's just way too much was going on there, and you kind of felt internally that they had to know more. It's just one of those eerie feelings. But nonetheless, guys, I don't want to spend this whole video on Simona. If the suspension goes through, she's done for 4 years, and we have to say her career is over. There's no way Simona's going to come back at 35, 36 years old and work her way back to a top 20, top 10 ranking. I don't think that's possible. In 4 years, the game is going to be so fast, so strong, so technical. 4 years away, that's a retirement. And it seems like her career is over. Now, I'm not going to talk about Patrick, because the reality here is she showed up to his academy begging him to coach her. It seemed like there was a lot of desperateness after the horrible year last year. It's just, if a person will do that much to win, who knows what they'll do behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm a Simona Halep fan, but I wouldn't put anything past anyone. And for a lot of her fans and supporters, stick by her, give her a chance for it to come out. But I mean, look at Canelo Alvarez in boxing. He tested dirty. The fans forgot about that. No one even talks about that. He said it came from meat. And his excuse, although very unlikely, it's true. A lot of the meat in Mexico is tainted. So people believed it because there's a small chance it could be true, although I think it's not true. So give her a chance. We'll see how this plays out. Let's talk WTA Finals. But guys, one thing just sticks out to me in this whole situation, and that's Simona Halep just stating that she felt she was under so much pressure to win. Just remember that statement. She said it herself. So that's very, very interesting to me. And look, you have to respect the great Serena Williams, because she was tested 30 times a year, and everyone hated how much she would win. They would have loved to find a dirty sample on Serena Williams. She was just gifted athletically since a child. Since a child, she was just gifted, and the reality is she had her father's genes. Look at her at 12, 13 years old. She was just strong and physical and fast, and she grew up in Compton. Come on, guys. Everyone in the inner city knows a female around the block that can do just everything all the boys can do. Run fast, play basketball, play tennis, play football. Serena Williams was just gifted, and you have to respect the queen, Serena Williams, always being clean and just full of so much integrity, especially early on in the early days. The GOAT, Serena Williams. Let's switch gears to the WTA Finals, and I'll be honest, I would much rather have seen Kudermetova make it. I just think, I love the Greek goddess, but I just think she chokes at the wrong and worst possible times, and I don't see her being a threat in the finals, but you never know. But the finals are set, guys. So Sakkari gets the last spot. This is her second appearance, as well as Caroline, Igas, and Sabalenka's, who they made it last year. Didn't do anything. They were bounced out. And what about Daria? You guys think she's a wild card? You have to love that image. That's beautiful. Do you guys think Daria has a chance to win the finals? And stay tuned. I'm going to do a full in-depth breakdown of each player, their game, their styles, their tendencies. That's going to be coming up in the next couple days. Stay tuned for that. Does Daria have a chance? I don't think so. Does Sakkari have a chance? I don't think so. Sabalenka may have a chance. Does Caroline Garcia have a chance? I don't think so. Does the champion of Mexico have a chance? Big game Jessie P. I think she has a real chance to win this tournament. Does Coco have a chance to win it? Look, I never doubt Coco. any tournament she goes into, I always give her a chance to win. Does big game Ons Jabeur have a chance to win it? Of course. I think that top row, one of those ladies in the top row will win it for sure. And the reality here is Ons Jabeur has been practicing since losing in her home country. Since losing to Claire Liu. Since losing to Claire Liu, she's got to be upset. She's been practicing and working on her game for Texas. So we're going to be in Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth. And the reality here is I like someone up in the top row to win it. Jabeur, Pegula, or Golf. I'm not picking Iga to win it. It's about time she loses. But as the video title suggests, is Simona Halep dirty? Look, I'll give you the Paula Badosa face. I don't know. Who knows? But one thing we do know is the finals is in Texas. Good energy will be there. And we know for sure that Simona Halep had an illegal substance in her blood. She took it. The question is, how did it get there? So Simona Halep, her career as we know it, 2-time slam champion. 2018 was her best year. She made the Australian Open finals. She beat Sloane Stephens, robbed her of getting her second slam champion. She beat her at the Roland Garros. And the next year we saw her rob Serena Williams of making history at the 2019 Wimbledon. So 18 and 19, Simona did some amazing things, but did it finally catch up with her? And is Simona Halep's career over as we know it? 4-year suspension? No, there's no coming back from that. And if you ask me, it just seems like someone finally just pulled the plug. This is good energy. See you guys next time.